Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Inshallah, we are going to continue from where we stopped. If you remember in the last class, I gave you two questions as assignments, which I believe that you must have done by now. So the first question is to do the correction on the assignments, and in order not to waste our time, I have done the first question on the board. You can see that in the first question, you have to find the length of an arc where you have your theta to be 140 and you are given diameter to be 14. So if your diameter is 14 centimeter, then it means that our radius will be what? 14 divided by 2, which is 7. So solving it, you can see that if you solve it very well, you are going to have your length of an arc to be 140 over 360 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 22 over 7 and times 7, which is our radius. So here, this one we cancel this. 2 here, 1, 2 here, 9. Sorry, 2 here, 0 we count 0 here. 2 here is 7, 2 here is 18. Then 2 in 18 is 9, which cancel these 2. So what you are going to have is now 7 multiplied by 22. And that will give you what? 154. Divided by 9, you are going to get 17.1. So that is for the question 1A. For the second question on number 1, you have to find the area of a sector. And if you go with the formula, the area of a sector is given as theta over 360 multiplied by pi r squared. Our theta is still 140 and our radius still remains 7. So we solve it, you are going to have your theta over 360. Theta is what? 140, right? So 140 over 360 multiplied by 22 over 7 times 7 times 7. So from that, your 7 will cancel 7. Then 0 will cancel 0 here, 2 here 7, 2 here 9, 2 here 18, right? Then 2 here 11, 2 here 9. So what you have left is now 7, 11, and 7. So 7 times 11, 77 times 7, that is what? 539. And divided by 9, you are going to get 59.89 centimeter square. Why this one is centimeter and why this one is centimeter square? This one is what? It has to do with area. And this one is the length of an arc. So area is always in a square. So that is for the question 1. So for the other question that we were given on that day, the second question, you have to find the value, you have to solve the equation. So equation 1, what you have there is cos theta equals sine 48. So how do you get your theta? What you are going to do is that you are going to write your cos theta in form of sine. We all know that from what we have learned in our second term, when you have your sine theta, it is always what? Cos theta cos 90 minus theta. And at the same time, your cos theta is also what? Sine 90 minus theta. So we all know this, right? So from that, now you have your cos theta to be what? Sine 48. So if you have to write your cos theta in form of sine 48, what are you going to have? You are going to have your cos theta to be what? That will be what? That will be sine 90 minus theta, and that will be what? Sine 48. If that is the case, you can assume that sine will cancel what? To go with what is sine. So what you now have left is what? 90 minus theta equals 48. Collecting like term, you have your 90 minus 48 equals theta, right? And what is your theta? Your theta becomes 90 minus 48 will be what? 42. And that will be your theta. Let's see. And we know that our cos theta is still what? Cos theta is sine 90 minus theta. So you can take it as sine 90 minus theta equals sine theta plus 30. From where you can what? Consider sine goes for sine. So what you have left is what? 90 minus theta equals 30 plus theta, right? And from here, you are going to have, what you have here, collecting like 10, 90 minus 30 degree equals your theta plus cos theta. What is 90 minus 30? That gives you what? 60 degree, and that is what? 2 theta. Divide through by 2, you have your 60 divided by 2 equals 2 theta divided by 2. This one we cancel this, alright? 2 here 1, 2 here 30. So you have 30 equals theta. Therefore, theta equals 30 degrees. That is what you are going to get for the second one. You are going to have your theta to be what? To be 30 degrees. And that is the solution to the assignment. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, we are going to continue our main work, and that is the topic for the week, which is on quadratic equation. But before we go to quadratic equation, there are something that we need to still revise ourselves, and that is on factorization. If you have an expression and you have to factorize it, how do you solve it? How do you work on it? So we are going to quickly go through series of questions that may be given under factorization. So when you know your factorization very well, it will be very easy for you to solve. What you learn there will help you, in solving any problem that involves, quadratic equation. So the first question that we have written on the board is that you have to factorize x squared plus 6x plus 5. So when you are given a question like this, how do you factorize it? Please, under factorization, you just need to consider some basic things there. Look at this. You have your x squared, right, plus 6x, then plus 5. This one, the number here is 1, right? It is 1, meaning that you are not going to need it. And the number here, the last number is what? Is 5. You are going to need this one. So you are going to write out your 5. You write them out. 5 multiplied by 5 here times 1 here. That gives you what? 5. Then you ask yourself that what are the factors of 5 that when you add them together you are going to get 6. Why do you add to 6? The 6 that you have here, the 6 at the middle. So the number here, the factor of 5 that will give you what? 6 is what we are looking for. So what are the factors of 5? 5 does not have much factor. It's just what? 5 times 1, which is what? 5, right? Or it can be what? I can introduce plus, minus there. It can also be minus 5. No, I don't even need to do that. Or it can be what? Minus 5 times what? Minus 1. It's also what? 5. Because we need 5. You need plus 5. And if you multiply your 5 by 1, you get 5. Minus 5 by minus 1 also gets what? 5. So those two numbers will give you what? 5. But which one of them is that when you add them together, you're going to get plus 6? If you say plus 5 plus 1, what do you get? You are going to get plus 6, right? But we say minus 5 plus minus 1, you are going to get minus 6. But what you need is what? Is plus 6. Meaning that the one you are going to use is what? Is the one of plus 1 and plus 5 and plus 1. So let's go back to the question now. So you are going to write this in this form. S squared plus 5 and plus 1. Plus what? Plus 5 plus 1. Then what do you have there? 5. So when you say plus 5, which 5? What are you going to have after 5? It is x. The same thing after this one, it is also what? X. So you have written this, what you have here. That's not done to this. You are still writing the same thing but in another forms. This one is s squared, right? Which is also what we have here. This one is 6s. So 6s is what? 5s plus 1s. You still get your 6s. Then your 5 here is also what? The 5 that you have here. So nothing has changed there. What happens is that you are just what? You have written the expression that you have before in another form. Now you have them. Before you have 3 items, 1, 2, 3. Now you have 4 items, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can group them in 2. So you can say what you have what here and you have what this here. Can you see now? In 2. So what is common to this one? X is common, right? This one is x in two places. This one has only one x. So taking one x out, you are going to have x plus 5. Can you see? Then taking what common here is 1. If you look at this very well, 1x, 1, 5. So you are going to have plus 1x plus 5. Can you see now? Very simple. Now this one has x. Can you see? You have x into brackets s plus 5. You have 1 into brackets s plus 5. Meaning that what you have here and what you have here are the same. Can you see? So just take 1 out of the 2. So you have s plus 5. Can you see that? Then what you have here is what? Is x. Write it. What do you have here? Plus 1. I don't. Very simple thing. With what we have done now, you have been able to factorize the expression correctly. This is how you factorize. Now let's quickly take the second question here. Now the second question says that you have to factorize s squared minus 12x plus 11. S squared minus 12x plus 11. So how do you do? Again, you still consider what the two numbers that you have here. You have 1 here and you have what? 11 here. So what do you say? 11 times 1. 11 multiplied by 1. That will give you what? 11. Those are the factor of 11, or 1 times 11. Or what? This one can be what? Plus, or minus 11 multiplied by minus 1. You still get what? Minus 11. But what do you have here? You have plus 11. So it means that you don't need what? Minus 11. So we need what? Plus 11. So let's write this now. We're going to have s squared, right? Now, s squared. Now, we're going to have your s squared. Then, of course, this one can still give you what? This can give you what? Plus. So you have minus 11 minus 1. Minus 11 multiplied by minus 1 will give you what? 12. And when you add this together, you are still going to get what? Minus 12. Can you see that? This one, when we had your 5 and 6, 5 and 1, you get 6. Although that's the factor of 5. So this one, now if you had your minus 11 minus 1, you are going to get the number at the middle, which is what? Minus 12. And if you multiply it, you are going to get the number at the last number here, which is what? 11. It means that minus 11 minus 1 satisfy the two conditions. So we are going to have minus 11x minus 1x then plus 11. So instead of 3 items, you now have what? 4 items. Meaning I can what? Group them into 2. You have them into what? Into 2. So you are going to have your what? You have your what common here? S is common, right? So you have x minus 11. What is common here? Minus 1 is common. That's also what? S minus 11. You can ask a question here. That's why as this one has turned to minus. Before it is plus, but it has turned to what? Minus. Because if you open the bracket with minus 1, you still get the same answer. Let's open the bracket. Minus 1 times x minus 1x minus 1 times minus 11. You still get back your plus 11. But if you now put plus here now, say minus 1 times plus 11 now give us minus 11. And you must have plus 11 there. So mean that you must have minus there. In other words, if you have minus here now, then to now balance with you with what you have here. So what's common? This one is common, Abi. Let's write it out. X minus 11, then you have x here minus 1. So you have what? You have been able to factorize the expression clearly there. So we go to some other question here. Some other question, example 2. This one is example 1. So let's take some other question for example 2. Hope you have gotten this. So let's take more examples. So for the second one, example 2, we see to factorize the following. Factorize the following expression. Factorize the following expression. 1. You have your 2x squared plus 11x plus 5. And the second one, you have your 8a squared minus 4a minus 24. We're to factorize the two. So how do we do that? First expression, the second expression. Now, you see that this one is now different from what we have done before, or what we did earlier on. Now, solution. The first one, you have your x squared, 2x squared plus 11x plus 5, right? You are going to consider two numbers here. What are those numbers? 2 and 5. You consider what? 2 and 5. We're now going to say 2 multiplied by 5. What is that? You are going to get 2 times 5. That will be what? 10. Then you now ask that what will be the factor of 10? That when you add them together, you are going to get 11. And not just 11 plus 11. So factor of 10 that will give us 11. There are a lot of them. If you have your 2 times 5 is 10. Adding 2 and 5 together cannot give you 11, right? Also, you can use what? 10. 10 times 1. 10 times 1 is also what? 10. If you add your 10 and 1 together, what are you going to get? You are going to get 11. Meaning that what you are going to use is what? 10 and 11. Sorry, 10 and 1. So 10 is what? 10 multiplied by 1. 10 times 1 is what? 11. So that is what you are going to use. So that will now be what? 2x squared. That will be what? Plus 10x plus 1x plus 5. Can you see that? Now, instead of 3 items, you now have 4 items. What do you do now? You group them into what? Into 2. So you have this, and you have this. What is common here? That be what? 2x. If you look at it very well, 2x is common here. Then what do you have? You have your x. Then this one remain what? If you divide this one by 2, you are going to get 5. Take away x, you get 5. Then what is common here? That be what? Plus 1 and s plus 5. Can you see that? So s plus 5 is common. So you have x plus 5 and you have your 2x plus 1. You are done. Very simple to do. With that, you have been able to factorize the expression. So let's quickly go to the the second question. We have 8 minus 4 minus 24. So what are the factors? You write it out. Your 8 multiplied by 24. That will be minus, right? I'm going to get what? Minus 192. What are the factors of minus 192? There are a lot of them. One of them is also 8 times 12, but the one that we need to use, in order not to waste our time, we are going to make use of your 12 multiplied by 16. That will give you what? Your 192. Why do you write it? You must have minus here. This one is also what? Minus. You must put minus here. So when you say 16, when you say 12 multiplied by minus 16, you are going to get what? Minus 192, right? So let's now write it in this form. Our 8a squared plus what? Plus 12a minus 16a minus 24, right? And we group them into what? Into 2. What is common here is 4, right? We have 4a. This one remain what? 2a plus 3, right? 4 can go here. 4 here. 4 divided by 12. That will be what? 3. 4 divided by 8. That will be 2. Then plus, what is common here? 16 and 24. What is common here? That is 8. 8 can go here. 8 can go here. 8 here. So you are going to have, this one is minus. So you are going to have minus 8 into brackets. This one remain what? 2a. Then this one becomes plus, and this one becomes what? 3. Why? If you divide your 24 by 8, you are going to get 3. Why are this one turned to plus? Because if you now open your brackets now, plus, minus, times plus, you are still going to get back your minus 24. So nothing has changed there. The form is still correct. Now, if you discover that, you now discover that this one and this one, they are not the same thing, right? So you can say that you have your 2a plus 3a into brackets. This one is 4a, this one is minus 8. Very simple thing, very simple to do. With this, you have been able to factorize the expression. So we're still going to take some other series of the question, another series of the examples. So we go to example 3, and that'll be the last example for today. So here you have to factorize the following as well. You have to factorize the following. So the first one, you have the equation to be 8 we have equation to be 8a squared minus 6ab plus b squared. And you have the second one to be x squared minus 1, and the third one to be 25h squared minus 16c squared. So how do you solve the three of them? So let's quickly solve them. The first one here, you have your 8a minus 6ab squared minus plus b squared. Now, what is the factor here? What factor are you going to consider here? When you have your 8a squared, then minus 6ab, then plus b squared. You will see that the factor of, you are going to first say 8 multiplied by 1 that you have here. That be what? 8 times 1. 8 times 1, that be 8. Then you ask yourself, what are the factor of 8 that when you add them together, you are going to get minus 6. There are a lot of what factor, or you can see that you have 4 times 2 is 8, right? So how do you manipulate your 4 and 2 to get your minus 6? It's very simple. That be what? Minus 4 minus 2. Very simple. So you have what? 8a squared minus 4a minus 2a and plus 1b squared. You now group them into what? Into 2, 2. So what is common here? From here, you can see that 4a is common. So you are going to have 2a minus 1. That's clear. What is common here? What is common here is just what? Minus 1. Minus 1. So what are you going to have? You have what? 2a minus what? Oh, sorry. There's an error. Very quick here. So how do you write this? 8a squared minus what? 4ab and minus 2ab and plus b squared. So you have this. You have them in two like this. So what is common here is what? Is 4a. So you have 2a minus what? Minus b. Correct. What is common here? You have minus what? Minus b is common. Then you have what? 2a minus b as well. Why? Take away b from here out of 2. You are going to have one more. This one will have turned to minus. Do you know that? So when you now say minus times minus, you get back your minus plus b. So this one and this one are common, right? So take one, 2a, right? Minus b into bracket 4a minus b. You are done. So what you have done here is that you have been able to factorize the expression. Don't let's waste our time. The next question. What do you have there? The next question is called difference of 2 squared. What do you call it? Difference of 2 squared. You have x squared minus 1. You can write it in what? In a difference of 2 squared. So what you have here invariably is what? X squared minus 1 squared. And for difference of 2 squared, how do you write it? It's very simple. We are going to have x minus 1 and what? X plus 1. So simple. You are done. So you are done with this. The next one too is also what? Difference of 2 squared. What do you have? You have 25h squared minus 16c squared. Sorry, minus 16h squared as well. Oh, no, it's t squared. 16c squared. So how do you do? You are going to write it in what? In form of a difference of 2 squared. 25 can be written as what? 5 squared, right? And what? 8 squared. Minus 60 can be written as what? 4 squared and what? T squared. Can you see now? So you now have them what? In difference of 2 squared. Meaning that you have what? 5h squared minus 4t squared. So this one becomes what? 5h minus 4t and what? 5h plus 4t. 5h minus 4t and 5h plus 4t. That's just it. So this is how you would factorize. Any question you are given under it, just what follow each of these process. You are going to arrive at the correct answer. So inshallah, we are going to stop here today. But before we go, I'll give you like 2 or 3 questions to work on, just for you to practice. And so when we come back to the next class, in our next class, we are going to we are going to complete our work under factorization. That is, how do you factorize some other expression that has to do with a perfect square, not the difference of two square now, perfect square. Then after that, we now take kind of example, series of examples under quadratic equation, how to solve them. But with this knowledge that you have had, it's very simple for you, to work. When we get there, you will see. You say that, I even say that. Now, the question we're going to work on as your assignments. So please quickly play around this question, play around them, solve the following. Factorize the following. So the first one you have to factorize is y squared plus 9y plus 14. The second one is 5x squared minus 7x plus 2. And the next one, number 3, you have your 10x squared minus 24xy plus 8y squared. And the last one, number 4, you have your 2x squared minus 50y squared. The last question is on a difference of two squares. So check it very well. You are going to get it, inshallah. Please ensure you go through all the examples, and if possible, you can write the question out yourself and work it. So you now compare with what you have watched on the screen. We pray Allah make it easy for us to understand. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.